there are some critics who have been saying that part of the problem really came from the institution where you work, the World Bank, one of the Bretton Woods institutions, that you used to have what is called a program called structural adjustment programs, and that this particularly removed the subsidies, for example, or pressured African governments to move away from, quote unquote, subsidizing education. Is that a fair criticism?
Actually, I mean, the World Bank is very, very vocal in advocating support, not only for education, but also for health, for labor market policies, and so on. We are currently embarked in what is called a human capital project to actually make the case much more strongly in favor of investments in those areas. I could give you one statistic as to why we need to invest in this. So in a few weeks, we are going to release a report on the changing wealth of nations. And the concept of wealth is essentially the assets that a country has to promote its future development, to generate income, to generate GDP. And what we found in the three main categories of wealth, you have produced capital, for example, which is machineries or roads, infrastructure. You have natural capital, I mean, that's your oil, your minerals, and other things. And then you have human capital, which is the future earnings of your labor force. And what we find is that human capital is by far the largest component of the wealth of nations, and it increases as countries develop. And so we are using those numbers and many other studies and arguments to actually advocate for investments in education, in health, and in the social sectors.